Kendall Jenner tells her mom Kris to relax after she pointed out that Kendall is the last sibling to have a child. Hi, before we continue, please subscribe to the channel for all Kardashians news and update. Kendall Jenner recently reacted to something her mom, Kris Jenner, said that made her feel uncomfortable. This happened during an episode of their family reality show, The Kardashians. The whole family had gathered for a nice dinner at Kylie Jenner's house. It was a fancy dinner catered by Nobu, and everyone was there except Kendall. Kris, as usual, was very happy to be with her children and their kids. She really loves being around her family, especially when the grandkids are there. But there's one thing Kris Jenner seems to want even more than being around her current grandchildren: she hopes for even more babies in the family. While talking to the camera during her confessional moment, Kris said this past year had been amazing. She felt very thankful and blessed for everything that had happened. She mentioned going through some health issues that were very scary for her and the family, but thankfully she recovered. One of the happy moments of the year, she said, was when Kourtney Kardashian Barker gave birth to her baby boy, Rocky. Kris said they were all very lucky and happy to finally welcome baby Rocky into the family. But even in that joyful moment, Kris pointed out that one of her children still hasn't had a baby, and that's Kendall. She made a lighthearted but noticeable comment during the confessional. She said she still had one child left who hadn't had a baby yet, and that was Kendall. She ended by saying, "You never know," implying that maybe Kendall would have a baby soon too. But Kendall wasn't there when Kris made that comment. Later in the episode, Kendall responded during her own confessional. She didn't find her mom's comment funny at all. Instead, she thought it was very awkward. Kendall, who is 28 years old, looked directly at the camera and said, "Mom, oh my God, you couldn't make this more awkward." She added that her mom really needed to relax. Kendall made it clear that she didn't like her mom's comment. She felt it was uncomfortable and unnecessary. Though Kris may have meant it in a loving or playful way, Kendall didn't see it that way. For her, the topic of having children is something very personal, and she probably didn't expect her mom to bring it up on national television like that. This isn't the first time Kris Jenner has shown her emotions about motherhood, though. In an earlier part of the season, she had a heartfelt conversation with her oldest daughter, Kourtney. During that talk, Kourtney asked her mom a deep and personal question. She asked if Kris ever felt sad knowing that she would never be pregnant again. That question made Kris very emotional. She didn't even have time to think about it before she started tearing up. She told Kourtney not to make her cry. Then she said that being pregnant was the most beautiful experience in her life, especially the first time. She said it felt very special to go through that for the first time. When she talked about her first pregnancy, she lovingly referred to Kourtney as her little pepper. She added that Kourtney turned out to be a spicy one, which surprised her. Kourtney responded by saying that she's an Aries, and that's why she's spicy. It was a warm and funny moment between mother and daughter, filled with love and laughter. Kris has always been very emotional about her kids, and it's clear that motherhood means everything to her. She loves being a mom and a grandmother, and she talks about it openly. She's also very involved in all her children's lives, sometimes a bit too much, like in this recent case with Kendall. Kris Jenner has 6 children in total. Her daughters are Kourtney, Kim, Khloe, Kendall, and Kylie. She also has one son, Rob Kardashian. Most of them already have children of their own. Kourtney, Kim, and Khloe have several kids. Kylie also has children. Even Rob has a daughter. Kendall is the only one who hasn't had any kids yet. And for Kris, that seems like something she's always thinking about. She often talks about it, and sometimes, like now, she says it in ways that catch Kendall off guard. While Kris's comments might come from a place of love and hope, they can feel like pressure to Kendall. It's not easy being the only one without kids in such a big family where having children is seen as a big part of life. Kendall, who is a very successful model, might just have different plans right now. She has often shared in the past that she's enjoying her career and taking her time with major life decisions. She doesn't seem to be in a hurry to start a family, and that's okay. Everyone has their own path. Still, it can be hard when a parent keeps reminding you of something you're not ready for or not thinking about yet. It's even harder when it happens on a show watched by millions of people. Kris probably didn't mean to make Kendall feel bad. She just wants to see all her children happy and surrounded by love. But her way of expressing it might not always come out right. Sometimes parents speak from their hearts, but they forget how their words might affect their children, especially when it comes to sensitive topics. Kendall's reaction shows that even in a very close family, boundaries are important. People want to make their own choices without feeling pushed. Even though Kris is a loving and supportive mom, this moment was a reminder that what's funny or hopeful to one person might feel like pressure to another. Kendall clearly wants her mom to take a step back and let her live life at her own pace. She asked her mom to chill, which shows she wants to ease that pressure and not be constantly reminded about not having children. In many families, there's often that kind of conversation, where the older generation wants the younger ones to settle down, get married, or have kids. It's a common thing, but it can be very personal. Just because it's common doesn't mean everyone is ready at the same time. Kendall seems like someone who knows what she wants, and right now, having children might not be part of her plans. She has a busy modeling career, travels often, and enjoys her freedom. She might decide to have children someday, or she might not. Either way, it's her decision to make. Kris probably sees how happy her other grandchildren make her and hopes for the same from Kendall. But her approach needs to be more gentle. Instead of saying it on television or bringing it up in a public way, a private and loving conversation would be better. That way, Kendall wouldn't feel so exposed or pressured. Family love should always feel warm and safe, not stressful. When the whole world is watching, those kinds of comments can feel even more intense. Even though this moment seemed lighthearted to some viewers, it brought up bigger ideas about family, expectations, and personal space. It shows how important it is to listen to each other, respect each other's choices, and support each other no matter what. Just because someone hasn't followed a certain path doesn't mean they're missing out. Everyone's journey is different. Kendall is doing very well in her own way. She's successful, kind, and thoughtful. Just because she doesn't have children yet doesn't mean she's any less of a person or family member. Her life has value just the way it is. And if she chooses to have children one day, it will be her choice, not something she was pushed into. Her story is a good example for others who feel pressured by family or society to do things a certain way. It shows that it's okay to take your time and live life on your own terms. Kris Jenner's love for her children is clear. She wants the best for all of them. But even loving parents sometimes need reminders to be patient and let their children grow at their own pace. Kendall's response was honest and respectful. She didn't yell or get angry. She simply pointed out that the comment made her feel awkward and asked her mom to relax. Thanks for watching. Please do well to share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more Kardashian updates.